This is ATA 2017, episode number 3 with Jason Reid of Crosman. To another episode of Whitetail Rendezvous here at ATA. And I'm sitting here with Jason Reid. Jason is a marketing manager for Crosman. Jason, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Bruce. Great to finally get to the show here this year, and a lot of fun new stuff out there on the floor, huh?
Yeah, there is, and I can't, coming from what I do every day, and I hear about these things, now I'm seeing firsthand. And the fun thing to me is I'm meeting up with the people that I've had on my show for the last year and a half, and that's just a ball. And Jason, let's talk about the new products that you're bringing out and help manage at Crosman.
Yeah, so we launched 6 new bows here for 2017, 4 crossbows, 2 verticals under the CenterPoint brand. We also have at the booth this year the Airbow, which launched last year and has been steadily gaining popularity over the last year. We're working with a lot of different states right now to show them the Airbow and help them help different states write really air powered hunting specific rules and legislation, just giving them the information that they need. But we got a bunch of really great feature-rich crossbows that we launched this week, and it's been driving a whole lot of traffic, both not just on the from the media side, but also on the sales side. It's been a pretty exciting last couple of weeks here in the Crosman office.
Now, you mentioned crossbows and airbows, and, when a company looks at developing new lines, what's a major thing you look at?
Well, obviously, in this space, we need something that's going to be, feature rich, but it's going to be dependable, at a competitive price. It's definitely certainly a niche market that, you're always looking to improve on the small things and, give shooters and hunters the very best, features possible, because there's a lot of options out there. So for us, we come into giving customers feature-rich crossbows at really, really competitive prices they can get into, and it's not going to break their bank, but they're going to have consistent success, something they can trust. It's really one of the cornerstones of what we're trying to do with the CenterPoint brand, is build gear for hunters that they can trust. But at the same time, it's not going to be something, it's going to be out of their price range too.
Yeah, Crosman folks been in business out of Rochester, New York since 1923. So, if anybody's had an airgun, it's probably been a Crosman, that's for sure, or a Benjamin, right?
Yeah.
And so they're working into it. The question I asked for Jason, what do they see the demographics of people, especially with the crossbows, and where that's going?
Well, it's interesting because I remember a couple of years ago when crossbows really started to hit the market. The technology was catching up. The designs were getting better. I think that there was, and maybe I'm totally wrong, but I think that for a long time crossbows were just seen as for, older hunters or people that might, have a disability, but now it's going beyond that. It's really, these have become implements that everyone can use and that people are excited to use. So, demographic really is at all ages, because now we're seeing a ton of youth hunters using it. The crossbows are great for youth hunters, and, that's really, and it kind of goes along with, the air guns that, we produce on the Crosman side. It is the gateway to the outdoors, pellet guns, BB guns, the gateway to the outdoors. And in a lot of senses, so same with crossbows, for youth hunters, it is, the gateway to hunting. And especially in today's world, we have to continue to give people, positive experiences in the wild, to keep them coming back, so we can continue to have, strong core of hunters and conservationists as we gear up to fight big battles and with government and into the future. So it's really, back to your original question, the demographic is really pretty wide at this point. Really any anyone from any age we're seeing is picking up a crossbow, and it's just really exciting it's a really exciting time to be on that side of the ball.
You mentioned early on in our little discussion here about going and visiting the state agencies, and I'm familiar with Colorado Parks and Wildlife. So when you approach them, let's just tell the listeners, what you try to share with them in regards to accepting and adapting and actually letting people hunt with the airbow.
That's a really good question. I mean, obviously, the airbow itself is something that's, new and it's different, and kind of reminds me, at least, of when, crossbows first really started getting popular, and there was, some people might have hesitation. So, but basically, with the advancements in technology, we've been putting pressure, just from the nature of having a product on the market, that states are having to look at this as a real hunting weapon. So when we go to a state, we first and foremost are bringing to them the information that proves that air power is lethal. We're bringing them, the velocity, the foot-pounds of energy, showing these state agencies that these can be trusted implements in the field, and it's not going to be an irresponsible thing to hunt with. So we have a lot of information on air tech, basically air powered technology that we come to different states with, and we just start finding different seasons to work with. We do go out and do demos, let people shoot it. Yeah, I come from a sales background, so this is face-to-face is always the best. So we talk with people on the phone, go there, do a demo for the different DNR departments, and just show them that these are viable options, and then we help them, with any questions they have, and the different help them craft their language and the rules. So it's that's definitely one of the very, very, very fun part of the job.
Yeah, it sounds like it. And anytime you bring new technology, you're going to have a lot of different people, saying different things. But I just shot the airbow myself, and I did not get a Robin Hood, but all three arrows are touching. So it's extremely accurate. If this old guy can put them uptight and like that, it's a very accurate, and the thing I like, the sound. There almost isn't any sound. Yes, there is some sound, but there isn't that much sound in it. Now, thinking about your DIY hunting, would you use this for elk or anything?
I think for me, it would definitely. I'm definitely looking forward to a couple of different hunts with that with the airbow, and for me, it's going to be probably most likely that I'll get a chance to hunt deer and hogs with them. I got good friends here in the industry that live in places like Texas where you can use it for hogs, and we're gearing up to hopefully go down and do some hog hunting with that. Would also love to be able to get down to a couple of the states that have our airbow legal. The Carolinas are legal. Missouri is legal for certain parts of their firearm season. And Alabama is also legal. So, we've got friends down there. We're looking to go down and lay down some content, here in 2017. And, so yeah, it's, looking forward to hunting with it this fall.
Yeah, I'd love to see some results, and then after this fall, have you back on the show and just recap what it's doing. Now, we talked just a couple of weeks ago about your hunting. Now, what are your plans for this coming up hunting season?
Well, right now I've got obviously whitetails here in my home state of New York. That's just a constant, and but it's going to be interesting because where I used to work, Bruce, I could hunt right across the street from my office. I worked in food ingredients for a couple of years, and I shot the biggest buck of my life, 400 yards from where I was sitting in my office every day. And but now working down at Crosman, gonna have to go knock on some doors, get some permission. I might have to hunt some public land, which isn't bad. We're definitely gonna be hunting whitetails pretty hard. it's always that's my first love. But elk, going back for elk, I cannot wait for that. Already hitting the treadmill and the weight set to get ready for that. Yeah, that's a special trip. We talked about that last time. That's a special trip. I take it with my father and a friend of his, and to get the chance to experience the power of the mountains with for me with my dad is something that I will always cherish. And I'm not gonna. I vow to not miss September between now and the time that I go to see the good Lord. So I'm really excited for that, and especially because last year my dad had quintuple bypass surgery on April 1st.
Wow!
Now hear me out. I mean, this story just actually launched on the Hunters Leadership Forum. It's run by the NRI. The whole story just went live, and so basically my dad had quintuple bypass surgery on April 1st. On September the 7th, we biked 16 miles into our elk camp.
Whoa.
And he was shooting 55 pounds. We normally we take horses in that far, but the horses couldn't take us in for whatever reason. So it was my dad's idea to ride mountain bikes. And I'm like, well, I'm in shape. Our buddy Bryce is in shape. Are you going to be able to do this? And he did. And he kept up with us for 2 weeks. Couldn't go down into the canyons, but last year was more about just getting back to the mountains, after such a very scary experience. We almost lost him. So this year, though, we've already been planning to get back. We've already been going over our topo maps, and we're going to get to hunt hard again together, which is, what we've been doing since I could walk. So really excited to get my dad back at full strength to get down and chase some of those big public land bulls.
Well, thanks for that. This is going to wrap up this section at ATA 2017 with Crosman and Jason Reid. And one thing, Jason, I think we talked about it before, but start checking out Colorado, because I know some good places. It's certainly not gonna take you by the hand, but I can kind of show you where you might want to go.
Yeah, Colorado's on my list. I just got to save my vacation time properly so I can do 2 elk hunts. But I've got my eyes set on Colorado for someday in the future, and we're going to be. I'm definitely going to go talk to the good people in the DNR in Colorado and see if they have any interest in looking closer at the Airbow or any other of our big bore air guns that we have for big game hunting. So that's definitely in the books for sure, Bruce. And I really appreciate you taking some time to have me on this morning.
So on behalf of thousands of listeners across North America, this is Bruce Hutchin, your host, saying have a great day. It's never too early to think about food plots. Whitetail Rendezvous has an ebook for you. Just simply text 33444 food plot to get your copy.
Thanks for joining us. Be sure to tune in tomorrow for another episode of Whitetail Rendezvous, where you can listen and learn from the experts so you can be more successful on your next hunt. Until next time, listen, learn, and succeed.